I'm Abby. If I look real tired up here, it's because I am. Just got off a long day of working on the farm, apparently. No, but I went to McDonald's the other day for breakfast around 7 a.m. and I pulled up to the window to pay for my Egg McMuffin. And the guy at the window started talking to me. You know, it was the usual, like, good morning, how are you? And I was like, good, how are you? And he was like, oh, I'm tired. And I was like, me too. And the conversation, like, should have ended there for sure. But it didn't. And he kept going. He was like, oh, long night? And I was like, okay. The question felt pretty loaded with assumptions. Like, he was like, no, this girl isn't getting this Egg McMuffin to kickstart her day. No, she's been up all night for this Egg McMuffin. And I just kind of brushed it off. I was like, whatever, he probably didn't mean anything, you know. I was like, no, just early morning, long day ahead. And then he just looks at me, like, really disgusted. He's like, oh, wow, like, you do look tired. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I pulled to the next window, got my Egg McMuffin, drove away, looked in the bag, and they gave me the wrong sandwich. So things are going great for me. No, it was a real blow to my self-esteem, but that's okay, because I started taking Zoloft pretty recently, and if you don't know, yeah, big fan. It's supposed to treat, like, depression, anxiety, and in my case, gave me, like, absolutely unbridled confidence. My personality didn't do just, like, a 180. It did, like, a 540-degree shift. Is that how math works? I'm not sure. Thanks for the support. Yeah, no, just to give you some perspective, like what I was like before the Zoloft. I had a friend in high school once call me the human equivalent to Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. And it didn't help that I walked around all 4 years of high school with my own personal storm cloud over my head, just saying things like, pathetic. Nobody cares about me. I'm pathetic. Don't mind me. Nobody ever does. Yeah, so I had no confidence. And I would even do things that were, like, actively to my disadvantage. For example, when I was a tween, I played softball, which in my experience is just a sport for chubby girls trying to get their dad's attention. I was no different. And so one day I was up to bat, and the pitcher, like, throws the ball, and I missed, obviously, because I was not good. And I looked down, and the catcher also did not catch the ball. Like, it's just on the ground. And my first instinct is just to be, like, super helpful. So I just, like, reached down, and I grabbed the ball, and I'm like, here you go. And she just kind of takes it and looks at me, and she's like, okay. And then the umpire is just kind of looking at me like, what's happening right now? And he's just like, you're out? And I, like, kind of looked at him, I was like, huh? And I didn't understand, like, what I'd just done until I was, like, walking back to the dugout, and I was like, I just broke the #1 rule of every sport ever. Like, don't give your opponent the ball. It'd be like if I just, like, went into a job interview, saw the person I was up against for the position, and, like, walked in there, and I was like, hey, so you should really hire that person out there. Like, they seem really great, really qualified for the position, and, like, forget about me. Like, they are the most deserving candidate. And so that all changed, like, once I started my Zoloft. I became so annoying, like, to the point where my friends were worried about what I was going to do in public. One time we were leaving this Korean barbecue place. We were walking through the parking lot, and I decided to announce, like, really loudly, I have to shit. Thought everyone needed to know. And they just kind of looked at me like they were so grossed out. They were like, Abby, like, don't. Like, there's a bathroom in the restaurant, but please, like, don't shit in the parking lot. And I was a little confused. Like, it was a weird assumption to make, and I was just kind of like, I knew it had been a lot lately. They were happy to tell me. But I didn't realize I came off like someone who was trying to make the world her toilet. Anyway, that's been my set. I'm Abby Smith. Thank you.
Woo!
Can you film me?
Yeah, are you next?
All right.